Thanks, listeners, for joining us. Today's Elko Live here on KELK features our guest from the beloved National Cowboy Poetry Gathering. The Western Folk Life Center presents the 41st, which is coming up before you know it. It is right around the corner because plans have been made now for months and months. And I have in studio with me the Cowboy Poetry Gathering Manager, Callie Greenhaw, and Allie Helimg is the Western Folk Life Center National Cowboy Poetry Gathering Volunteer Coordinator. Welcome, ladies. Great to see you both.
Thanks. Thanks for having us. It's always good to see you, Lori.
Thank you. We have a lot to cover in this half an hour, and we really wanted to kind of settle in as we're gearing up for holiday season. Things get really busy, but then people are also, making resolutions, looking for, pain-free gift ideas, things like that. The National Cowboy Poetry Gathering offers all those opportunities. So first of all, we're going to get a couple details from you, Callie, and then we're going to talk with Allie about volunteer opportunities. But we want to kind of get just the foundation of the 41st gathering, what's new maybe, what's different this year, and then, of course, some of the all-time favorites, the things that really people appreciate that just won't change.
Of course. So we've actually just announced this opportunity for the ranching community. We have some great gear making workshops, floral leather carving and design with Pedro and Tony Pedrini, leather inlay and overlay with Morgan Buckert, silver jewelry set with Rodney Mike, and then beadworking with Robin Egan. And so these gear workshops we're offering $50 tickets if you're a member of the ranching community. And if you take us up on that offer, you will also get a 1-year Western Folk Life Center membership and a free day pass to the gathering. And you can contact us at 775-738-7508, extension 1, to reserve your spot in those classes. And there's limited space, but this is made possible through the generosity of the Ian Tyson Legacy Fund, which was started by Vicki Mullen, who's a longtime Western Folk Life Center member. And it's sustained by other donors, and one in particular is Ian Tyson's daughter, Adelita.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And
Adelita Rose? Yeah, that's the name of the song anyway.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a great opportunity, and the gathering's all about providing these opportunities for people, and these are essential gear making skills it's traditional and it's being passed down, and you learn these skills, but also you learn the stories behind it. Like the instructors have all these wonderful tales that they impart as they're teaching, so it's just kind of a very valuable experience all around, and they're great instructors, very knowledgeable, and it's been really fun to work with them putting this together.
And we do want to emphasize that these workshops are popular. They sell out fast. Some, if you visit Western Folk Life Center, the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering.org, there are classes, courses, opportunities, workshops. Some have already sold out, so you don't want to miss out on anything that you're thinking of. You can also make a gift of a workshop or an opportunity, Callie. And I really enjoyed the interview with the Pedrini father and son duo, how, father had immigrated, he learned his skill, he loves the West. Didn't anticipate his son, who earned a welding degree, was actually going to go into leather carving, but he did, and so they tell a wonderful story, and I guess they're going to work together on this workshop.
Yeah, and it's always fun when you have generational talents, and especially if you get them together either on the stage or in a workshop capacity. It's just really fun to see the passion.
Oh, it is. And it's very evident. Again, you can register for anything that we're talking about, whether it's a dance workshop, cooking, bartending. I mean, they're just, making cocktails, you name it, making saddles, making hats. There are just so many different opportunities, and some you may have never thought of. And for the person or the family that has everything, giving an experience like this is really something treasured. It's something you'll take with you.
Oh, yeah. You learn the skills, but you also get to take whatever you make away as a memory or a functional piece of work or jewelry, whatever. And, and a lot of people do end up coming back year to year, especially, in the rawhide braiding class. They're very enthusiastic about that, and we just have a great group of people every year.
So. Oh, thanks, Callie. Callie Greenhaw reminding us again of the opportunity of all the workshops. We just wanted to start off with that with a 41st National Cowboy Poetry Gathering. It is January 26th through the 31st, 2026. But again, people from all over the country and some international visitors make it here just to experience the things that we have right here in the heart of downtown Elko, and the many opportunities for locals to get involved and to support this, whether or not you thought you were a fan of Western tradition or folk life or even understood. These stories, these poems, this art, the culture is very moving, and I think it transcends a lot of cultures and opportunities. It's really about families, caring for the land, caring for animals. Callie, there's a lot to appreciate.
Yes.
So you brought with you today, or I should say, Allie signed up first, and I'm so grateful. Allie Helimg is the Western Folklife Center's Volunteer Coordinator. Did you want to say anything about Allie before we, because you two have gotten to be friends over time, and it's always nice to work with people that share your passion.
Yeah, Allie and I think have crossed paths at the Trail Center.
Oh, many times over the years.
Many, many times over the years when I was an intern at the California Trail Interpretive Center. And then we, maybe even in the Let's Dance, when I wasn't even affiliated with anything, I think Allie may have been teaching a couple ones that I went to. But yeah, and then here at the Western Folklife Center, we meet again, and I convinced her.
It took a little bit of convincing.
Convinced her to come be the volunteer coordinator this year, and it's been really fun working with Allie and getting to know her more, and she's great at her job.
And that's how a lot of these things work, Allie, right? You know people, they admire you, you are passionate about something, and then before you know it, it turns into an inspiring opportunity. So
Yeah, and anything at the Western Folklife Center, once they've sucked you into their pull, you'll never escape, and it's not a bad thing.
Right.
We always joke it's a bit like Hotel California, only it's Hotel Pioneer.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. It will live within you, certainly, and carry on. So, Allie, you are recruiting folks now, and something that people may not be aware of is it literally takes dozens, if not hundreds, a couple hundred people to make this happen every year.
Yeah, the gathering every year really relies on its volunteer base. And volunteers come from all over the country, which is interesting. You know, I had volunteers from Iowa just email me yesterday, and they're excited to come out and volunteer for the gathering again. But a lot of our volunteers are from the general Elko area. And it's just a really great way to experience the gathering by volunteering. And as a volunteer, you're not just participating in the event and supporting all the artists and all of the staff at the Folklife Center, but you get to experience the event in a different way. And many of the volunteer positions allow the volunteers to see shows that they would need to purchase a ticket for otherwise. Of course, they're working that shift, but you still get to experience the show, which is really nice. And especially for young people, when I had very first moved to Elko and got involved in the gathering, I was definitely priced out of an event like this. And I really found a lot of value in seeing that I could volunteer and still really participate and enjoy the event, and it wouldn't cost me any money. And so that was really valuable. As a volunteer, you do receive a free day pass. And so any general admission shows, if you're volunteering, you can attend for free, which is a huge benefit to the community. And it really helps make sure that everyone can participate in such a cool event.
Oh, wow, Allie, that's very inspirational, and just reminding people that, again, in the Elko area, people are coming from all around the country so that they can participate either as audience members or now we're learning about as volunteers. So who would make a good volunteer, would you say? Allie, who are you looking for?
We're honestly looking for anyone who is interested in experiencing the gathering. We try to get new volunteers every year. Even if you've never come to the gathering before, I would definitely encourage anyone to volunteer. When you have never attended the gathering before and you call up the volunteer coordinator or one of the lead volunteers for a specific job, you really get an opportunity to have someone who knows the gathering well set you up with a schedule so that you can experience the best of the gathering depending on what you're interested in. But overall, anyone can volunteer for the gathering, and it's really easy to do. You can just get online and sign up at westernfolklife.org/volunteer. Once I get a sign up notification, we will get in contact with whoever has signed up, let them know who the volunteer leads are for the positions that they might be interested in, and get them signed up for shifts. And once if you've never been to the gathering before and you're like, oh, I don't know what I would do to volunteer, we can explain the different positions to you. And we can also provide training for those positions. So no one's going to be thrown to the wolves in this position. We do provide training for all the different positions that you can do at the gathering. There are also positions that you can do or things that you can help with before or after the gathering. We always have a lot of we have to put packets together, we have to put badges together. There are many things to do both before and after the gathering too.
Allie Helimg is our guest today. She is the volunteer coordinator for the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering right here in Elko. And there's an opportunity to find out if this might be a good fit, right, Allie, coming
Yep.
right up?
Absolutely. December 2nd, we're going to be having our annual cocktail social, which is always just for the volunteers. This will be the first opportunity to sign up for shifts. We should have the schedule ready to go by then. And this is where your first opportunity outside of just, emailing or calling someone at the Folk Life Center or emailing and calling me. It's your first opportunity to learn about the different positions that you can do during the gathering. And so some of those positions include things like driving shuttles. So we're looking for shuttle drivers to go back and forth between the Western Folk Life Center and the Convention Center. And that we usually have those shuttles going for artists, but participants can also hop in on those shuttles. So we're always looking for shuttle drivers, which is a great way to meet all the artists and meet people at the gathering if you like to chat with folks while you drive them, the 1 mile to the Western Folk Life Center. And then we have positions like guest services, where you would hand out packets to people who have signed up as volunteers or help attendants for the gathering figure out where they should go, or maybe even what shows they should attend or what restaurants are in town that they should go to. And that's always a really fun position. We also have logging positions where you sit and watch the show and you write down what artist is on stage, what songs they sing, what poems they write. And sometimes they don't announce what poems, so we just we make up a practical name and go from there. But all of the positions are really important during the gathering too. So, but the cocktail social on December 2nd, it's going to be at 6 p.m. at the Western Folk Life Center in the Pioneer Saloon. And that's going to be everyone's first opportunity to talk to the different volunteer position leads, get more information on what those positions would entail, and also get signed up for shifts.
You mentioned too, Allie, that this is a low-key event, meaning, you are there, you have a responsibility, but these are really nice folks that you're interacting with. I've heard some stories about people making lifelong friends with not only the performers, but people who've come here from elsewhere.
Absolutely. I feel like the gathering, you go to music festivals and maybe you'll run into an artist here or there, but the gathering is really a different event. And the artists who are attending the event and also performing in the event, you'll see them throughout the gathering in random places. Everyone's always interested in chatting with new people and hearing about their experiences and why they're here and how they're here, and learning that cowboy poetry isn't some old, boring thing. It's actually, it has a lot of folklore behind it and a lot of history, especially in our area. And people really come together and enjoy that together, regardless of where they're from or what their background is. And it's a really cool thing to do.
A lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of youth. And we're going to talk to Callie about that too. But this kind of behind the scenes vibe is what you get when you volunteer. You can be, in the wings, on the stage, at the East Center and the Lorena Morin Theater, sitting there and listening maybe to those artists talk to each other or, tune their instruments, get ready to go. And there's just this wonderful excitement that comes with that, and it's really a privilege to be a volunteer. I mean, I would think so, Allie. I know I've done on small scale volunteer things, but yeah, it feels great.
Absolutely, and our volunteers are really appreciated. The gathering wouldn't happen without them. They're an essential part of the gathering, and we're always so thankful to have them.
So if you are interested in giving your time, your talent to keep things rolling behind the scenes, to greet people, visitors, as well as entertainers, the Recruitment Cocktail Social is coming right up Tuesday, December 2nd, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Western Folklife Center, which is the historic Pioneer Hotel in the heart of downtown Elko at 5th and Railroad Street. And Allie, we can check back in with you. You can jump in anytime, but we just wanted to emphasize that these are important opportunities. You can email volunteer at westernfolklife.org, get in touch with Allie directly, recruit some friends, be on hand for the social, and of course just call her, mosey on in to the gift shop there in the gallery. So
absolutely.
Thank you. So, Callie, thinking about that kind of young vibe, there are some beloved performers, traditional performers that come during the national gathering. Some have come, although there are more empty saddles these days, sadly, but for the entire 41 years, of which we're launching into 41 years of the national gathering. But one thing I've noticed about all of those veteran performers is that they are very caring, and they really want to see this legacy continue, and they encourage young performers.
Yeah, we are very fortunate to have, even work with an art form that is so community oriented. But yeah, a lot of our, I'd say veteran performers, or just even like older performers that maybe just getting into it, are always very welcoming of new talent. And we have the open mics, and it's not uncommon to see performers that you just may have seen on the main stage, either sitting in the open mics and watching. I think one time I sat down in a music open mic, and Henry Railbird was sitting right there eating his lunch, and I was like, "Oh, hi, Henry," But then some of them will just come and perform on the open mic, and it's really nice because people that are trying to get into cowboy poetry or music can interact with those performers and get their advice. And I mean, they just saw them perform. So, I mean, I don't want to say, oh, please hunt them down and get advice. I don't want to throw them out there like that. But a lot of people are very, very open to helping you out and giving you some pointers.
Yeah. Just as you said, Henry Railbird would be there eating lunch because he's interested in seeing people perform open mic. He probably remembers what it felt like the first time he took the stage or sang in front of people and performed.
Yeah.
And this gathering is about not just the music and the poetry, but there's an entire culture, and we're seeing now the evolution of more contemporary literature, poetry, music. Obviously, many of these recording artists. If you want to tell us about Kristen Harris, she has actually filmed a ranch musical in our area, and it's going to be debuted?
Yes, so it'll be debuting at the gathering, and how that came about is actually through volunteering. So, here's a success story. But on the dinner show in 2024, Jordan Wright's friends, Natalie and Guillermo, came up to volunteer, and they saw Kristen perform among many other people, but just really fell in love with Kristen's music, and that kind of evolved the idea, because Natalie's a filmmaker, we should do something. And she had an idea, and she loved the area too, and how friendly everyone was in Elko. And so it kind of became a love story to, the Elko area, Elko County, but also this form of life, this form of oral tradition. And so, yeah, they came and filmed, oh gosh, I can't even remember. It was I don't know, the summer, I think.
I think it was summer.
Summer, yeah. And filmed out in Tuscarora on the Wright Ranch, filmed various Elko locations. You know, I think Cold Old Banker on the corner of 5th and Idaho was featured. I mean, we were featured, of course. And so I've seen 30 minutes of a very rough cut because I helped select films. And even it being a very rough cut, I'm like, oh, this is going to be really cool. And so, yeah, you can catch it throughout the week of the gathering. There'll be multiple showings, but the showing on Saturday in the museum will be you get a chance to interact with the cast and crew, as it were. Kristen will be there, Natalie, and some of the people that helped make it possible. So I recommend keeping an eye out for that.
What a gift. That project, again, inspired by the landscape that we have here, as well as Kristen's performance. But it is, I love the way you say it's a love story, and not between two people necessarily, but between the people of a community and an event that's endured like this and evolved, because that's what's so important, is that it continues to change.
Yeah, getting new people involved, younger people, just being willing to not be so stuck in the past with a tradition, like being acknowledging of the fact that things need to change, like keep the integrity of what you're doing, but change it so people that may not know about it and that are younger can find their niche or their kind of attachment to it. And this film is kind of one of those ways. It'll introduce people that don't know about cowboy poetry to it.
Oh, that'll be so sweet. And again, many locals participated, not only as extras, but choreographers. They were so generous in filmmaking and the talent. Nobody is ever exclusive, it seems like, when they're associated with this event, Callie. It seems like they're just the opposite. They want you to play along.
Oh, yeah. We always like finding people to drag along into our event, because it's people that I would never even guess were interested, and they just come back and love it. I mean, someone that I have coffee with in Reno with my parents, husband and wife, they came last year, had no idea. We didn't know them then, but we just started having coffee with them, and they're like, oh yeah, we went last year, and now they're coming back.
Oh, yeah.
So, you never know who's going to be pulled in, and everyone can find something to take away, I think.
Definitely. And the whole community gets involved. In fact, I should put in a plug. There is a theme this year at Cowtown State of Mind, which sounds pretty contemporary,
Yeah.
Thank you, Billy Joel. Wouldn't that be awesome if he showed up?
Slight borrowing, but yeah.
Oh, no, I think he'd appreciate that. The Elko Area Chamber of Commerce is, alongside, they're offering some local sponsorship opportunities. They're going to create some mapping and I think some digital tools that go along. So to help newcomers find businesses that are here year-round, events, activities that really kind of coincide or really step it up during the gathering too, to make people feel extra welcome. Because, being a week-long event, it ramps up by the weekend, but there's certainly no reason that these events don't stretch out. And in fact, the more we do as a community, the longer some guests might stay. And the reality is, Callie, this is important to the local economy.
Yeah. That's one of our goals is, to support the community that we're in. And the gathering is a week-long thing. I mean, 2, if you count the youth education the week before. But a lot of the people that come just come for the main 3 days. But as they learn more about the gathering and interact with more of the locals and all that, it's become something that they want to stay for all week. And then we've even moved our Saturday night dance downtown to Dowling Hall as an encouragement to keep people in that downtown area and, patronize the businesses down there. So.
Oh boy, it's going to look so pretty too, because we just completed, as a community and as a downtown, the General Improvement District, Callie, they all contributed to about $2 million worth of infrastructure. So the sidewalk's in much better shape now.
It looks really nice down there.
Doesn't it? There'll be lighting. It'll be so inviting. So the hope is that if you are a local business owner and you want to get in the Cowtown State of Mind, contact the Elko Area Chamber and find out how you can get in on this. And then you can keep your store lights on for as long as folks are going to be shopping and hanging out downtown Elko, because the Pioneer Hotel is such a landmark for us. It's really a loved building. It's had lots of different lives in its, I think, 80 years or something like that. It's definitely one of the oldest buildings.
Yeah, it was built in the early 1900s, I believe.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, it's been around for a while.
It's been around.
Has led many lives. Has seen very many different people and different situations float through it. So it's kind of one of those things. If those walls could talk, I suppose.
So we want to add more to the conversation for those walls, certainly. Western Folk Life Center, by the way, is open year-round. There's a beautiful gallery there. There's an amazing gift shop. You have a lot of local artists, so we wanted to mention that too for folks thinking of those holiday gifts that are very unique and appreciated.
Yeah, we've gotten some of the gathering merch in.
Scarves?
Not the scarf yet.
Okay.
We will be broadcasting that far and wide when the scarf gets in. The posters will be getting in the beginning of December. And yeah, we're starting to decorate in the gift shop. So it's starting to lean slightly Christmassy, but I imagine after Thanksgiving you can walk in and it'll be full on festivities in there.
Yeah, definitely. And the Western Folk Life Center is part of the Elko Area Chamber of Commerce. They are chamber members. They embrace the local community. A lot of work goes on throughout the year, and sometimes the outreach extends to places like Las Vegas, Callie, but that's so that we can enrich the tradition. We can't afford everything all the time here in Elko. We have so many nonprofits, a lot of great organizations that really lean on our main industry, for example. So it's important that the national gathering is that, in fact, that you reach out outside our backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of performers, but in events, and we have that event in Vegas at the Ahern Hotel during NFR, and through doing that last year was the first year, and we're doing it again this year. We've drawn a lot of people actually from Vegas to the main event. So
yes, and I think that just boosts our efforts. I always try to tie this in because it's a crucial effort to enhance our air service development so that we can get flights to and from Las Vegas.
That would be, I would love
Reno.
that. And Reno, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing? And you shouldn't have to fly out of state to get to someplace else within your state. We have a beautiful airport. We, as taxpayers, we are willing to prop up our air service, and we have been doing so, but now it's time for the state to actually step up. And those Southern Nevada lawmakers, we helped you with your stadium deals. Now it's time to help us and make sure that we're connected as a state. So all those Las Vegas folks that want to fly here, because they added flights during the gathering, Callie.
Yeah, they did, which was really nice because, every performer that we've brought in last year flew in to Elko or drove themselves or, rented. But, we didn't book them anywhere else. They flew directly in.
Isn't that great? And that's emplanements. Again, that supports the local economy, that enhances the services for everybody. So there you go. I tied in a little economic bit there for folks. But I want to make sure we got to most of the things. I know we're going to visit again, probably a few times, hopefully, because I know how busy you get, Callie, and you really are appreciated. I don't think you have any idea how much we appreciate your being at the gathering, the work that you do, not only on this project, but certainly year-round, and just what you bring being a local person to our National Cowboy Poetry Gathering. So,
well, thank you, Lori.
You're welcome.
Allie's really great too.
Of course. I know. That's the thing about everybody is so generous.
I also appreciate Callie. So.
I know. Well, and Allie, we appreciate, and everybody listening. You have people that have been at the Folk Life Center for the entire time.
Yeah, if not the entire time, a very long time.
Yes.
And the people that have been there for a very long time that have since retired are still sometimes pulled back when we need advice or, help with something. So
further proof it is the Hotel California.
It is.
Yes. It is the Hotel California Pioneer Hotel. And it is we're stewards of this event. And if we neglect it, or we take it for granted, it's going to be really hard. But if we just support it with all the enthusiasm that Elko is famous for, then I think we're going to be just fine for the next decades to come.
We always hear from people that come to Elko how nice people are and how willing to help.
So let's keep it up. Yeah. So reach out to Allie Helimg, who is the volunteer coordinator with the Western Folk Life Center. Did we inspire you for closing words today, Allie?
No. Well, maybe. No one's
Please. Yes.
Yeah, no, I would just hope that anyone who's ever thought about volunteering for the gathering, that this is your emphasis on getting in there this year. It just really is such a great event. And definitely get online and register at westernfolklife.org/volunteer, or you can email me at volunteer@westernfolklife.org, and we'll get everyone signed up. And we're so thankful for all of our volunteers who have been there in the past.
Allie, thank you so much for all the work that you're doing, coordinating all the, and I just saw the number here, about 400 volunteers.
Yeah. Annually.
About 400 volunteers behind the scenes. So step on up. If it's something you've always wanted to do, here's your chance on Tuesday, December 2nd, come to the Recruitment Cocktail Social. And we'll be reminding folks of that. And then we know, Callie, it's a little early to drop things like you're still massaging keynote speakers and different things like that. But if there's anything you want to drop on us.
Well, I think last time we talked about William Matthews, right, as our keynote speaker. So we're very happy that he's coming, and he'll be giving us kind of an overview of the 40 years he's been painting in the Great Basin area and kind of the stories he's collected through that. So that'll be really cool. And you'll see his art too, and it'll be great. We also have a collective of silversmiths coming down from Idaho called the 208 Silversmiths. Maybe they call themselves the 208, I don't know, or 208. I don't know. I haven't asked them how to talk about it, but they're coming down and they're doing their own professional development workshop, but they'll be available Saturday where you can come talk to them and see their wares and learn a little bit about silversmithing. So that's kind of something I'm really excited to see. And yeah, there'll be more.
There'll be more. There's always more, as long as we support what we have. New and original, make your own discoveries, art, music, food, shopping. Sundance, we're Elko Sundance, I think. We're so cool. Yeah. We're that would be great. So come on out and help support this wonderful legacy in Elko, the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering. Thank you, Callie Greenhaw, Cowboy Poetry Gathering Manager, and Allie Helimg, our Western Folk Life Center Volunteer Coordinator. Thank you both,
so
ladies.
much, Lori.
Thank you.
Thank you, listeners, for joining us for today's Elko Live here on KELK.